is to let people know that just because I don't agree with homosexuality, it doesn't mean I hate homosexuals. The notion, in fact, that I hate homosexuals is simply ludicrous. It's ridiculous. You can't make the leap from I disagree with homosexuality to I hate homosexuals. It's a ridiculous leap to make. Okay, and the mere notion that someone would say I hate homosexuals without knowing me, without knowing who I am, is simply out of this world crazy. Okay, now, mind you, I don't agree with homosexuality. Mind you, I believe that it is wrong according to the Word of God. I believe that it is against nature, etc., and so on and so forth. But does that mean homosexuals have a special place of hate in my heart? No. Does it mean they have a special place of hate in the Word of God? No. Does the Word of God teach against homosexuality? Yes. Does God hate homosexuals? No. But God does hate sin. Now, some Christians are going to disagree with me on that fact. I'm ready. I understand that. I'm ready and willing to take the flag for that. Um, but the truth of the matter is, God hates sin and all sin. And sin is sin. It doesn't matter what your sin is. I mean, if it's adultery, God hates it. If it's fornication, God hates it. If it's homosexuality, God hates it. If it's lying, God hates it. If it's stealing, God hates sin. Okay, He does not hate homosexuals, but He does hate homosexuality, the act itself, because God hates sin. Now, like I said, there are some Christians that are going to disagree with me on that. But let me ask you this: is are homosexuals going to have like their own special place in hell? You know, or is hell just hell? I mean, does it need any further description? Does it need any further placement? Are there different sections of hell? Okay, is one sin going to send you to like the upper layers of hell where it's not that hot, and maybe you can get a glass of water from time to time, and some sins are going to send you to the second layer of hell where even though you can't get water, it's as hot. Even though you can get water, it's as hot as ever. And some place is going to send you to a third level of hell where you can't get water and it's not hot. No, I beg to differ. Hell is going to be hell. That's all there is to it. It requires no further explanation. Now, here's the thing. I found that people were using what I call, well, what's been called rather straw man arguments. And what they say is, they say, we don't like homosexuality, so we must not like homosexuals. So we hate homosexuals. And that's a pretty big leap to make, okay? And so what they do is they turn the conversation from our disagreement with homosexuality to our hatred of homosexuals. And then all of a sudden we're fighting against people that say we hate them because they're homosexuals. And then some people want to make, they make light of it, and they say, oh, homosexuals, fags, gays, dykes, etc., and so on and so forth. Whatever, your opinion is your opinion, but I got to tell you, I don't hate homosexuals. I don't preach hate, not for anybody. Now, let me tell you this. There are people that believe the truth, and then they're extremists, and then they're nutcases. Okay, so are some people are extreme, and some people are just nuts. Now let me break that down to you and tell you where my distinction in that is. Think about it like this: there are some Muslims, and I don't believe in Muslim. I don't teach or preach or believe in the Muslim religion. But if that's what you want to believe, that's what you believe. Now, there are some Muslims that are devout men that do what they feel is right. Of course, the Bible says there's a way that seemeth right to man, but the end thereof is the ways of death. But they do what they feel is right. But they're very extreme to the point that their females can't even speak publicly or look at them in the eye when they talk to them. That's extreme, okay, in my opinion. But they're not out blowing up buildings, you know. They're not out building bombs. Those are nuts. So there's a difference between extremists and nuts. Now I'm sure that there's some Christians that are in the same boat. They're extremists, Christian radicals, extremists. Some people call them. You might call them Orthodox apostolics, etc., and so on and so forth. that teach you, women should be silent in the church, cover your head, no makeup, no earrings, etc., and so on and so forth. I think that that's a little bit extreme. That's me. That's me, but that's the doctrine I teach. That's the doctrine I preach. That's the doctrine I live by. But then they're nuts. Okay, there's some people that are just nuts walking around saying God hates this person, and God hates that person, and I don't believe that God hates people. And that's just my opinion. Like I said, um, I'm sure I'm going to get some people that don't agree with me on that. Um, but anyway, bottom line is I want you to understand that, um, you know, I teach that homosexuality is a sexual preference. And then you can go back to some of my earlier videos if you want to kind of get an idea of how I make the difference between choice and preference, choice and sexual preference. Homosexuality is a sexual preference just like any other sexual preference. I believe that homosexuality is a sin, just like any other unlawful sex act is a sin. When I say unlawful, I mean according to the word of God. That's my judge. That's what I go by. That's the only thing I have to go by. You know. So with that being said, I want you to understand that to make the leap from I don't approve of homosexuality to I hate homosexuals is bogus. Now, um, you know, hey, and guess what? I've been called everything from a bonehead to a butthole because of my opinion. All right, so it doesn't bother me. I take it in stride because I know who I am and I know where I stand. Now, I post all comments, I post all videos, reply videos, except those with profanity. Remember, we are a Christian channel. So keep the profanity out. Say what you want to say. If your opinion's good, I'll post it. If your opinion's bad, I'll still post it. It won't make a difference to me, except for when in the cases of profanity. And I've been um, I've been criticized for that also, for censoring comments. If I think a comment is really really good, but it has profanity in it, I'll repost the comment with the person's name beside it, removing the profanity. Um, and so I've been criticized for doing that, calling it being called a censor. But hey, this is a Christian channel, and I told you no profanity on our comments, no profanity on our reply vids. And I thank you for listening to that and going by that rule. That's the only rule I have. Thank you for watching. Remember to spread this video. I'd like to see it get around. Love to hear what you got to say. Love to hear your comments. Love your replies. And as always, my friends, happy YouTubing.